guys, welcome back to another edition of Answering. I know you haven't seen me a lot because I'm so bad at this. Like, I started this series and then I'm like, oh, what am I going to talk about? Okay, guys, so, let me stop talking like that. So, one thing that I just kind of, you know what, I'm going to be honest. I've always talked about being honest on these channels. I have 2 channels. And just in case you haven't check out Intentional Bonus Mom, More Than a Stepmom, and then this one, Defining Moments. Okay, so on this one, I like to be real. I like to say, you know what, I'm not the best. I am far from it. And so on this episode, I kind of want to talk about balancing act a little bit, which if you watched my stepmom video, you will also see where I talk about the balancing act of, you know, being a stepmom and spending one-on-one time with kids. So I kind of wanted to bring that to this channel too. Since Billy and I moved in and the kids moved in, I have kind of struggled a little bit with how to balance, because before they moved to before Billy moved to this town, before the kids and everything, I was always over there with my nieces and nephew, like all the time. And then things started changing. Less and less time was spent over there. And I miss that. And I feel like, I don't feel like our relationships have changed so much that they're not fixable. But I feel like our relationships have suffered a little bit. And so this summer has been Megan, you know, the kids need you and y'all need to, you know, work on rebuilding your relationship and building a stronger one, and, you know, focusing hard on doing the best you can. And so, and being the best. And so I know what I want I always knew what I wanted from an aunt. I know what I want from an aunt. So it's like, I don't want them to suffer just because I have kids. And so my learning to balance is basically I'm going to have a calendar, and I, you know, really am going to focus on just spending, even if it's just an hour, just taking them sometimes as a group and doing something, sometimes alone, and just doing something and saying, you know what, you're important to me, I love you, and I'm going to invest in you because you know what, you mean the world to me. I did something with my niece, I think it was last Friday. We went out for ice cream, and then we went and got art supplies, and we went back to her house because it was way too hot to be outside, and we just painted and colored and stuff like that, and it was amazing, and I think it cost me a whole like $3. So it was like the best day ever. And even little things like that, it can just build your relationship so much. And so I loved it, and I love them, and I think they're amazing. And I want to continue that. And then, you know, I'm nowhere near perfect, and I struggle every day, but my point is I want to kind of start using a calendar to kind of help me and say, okay, you know, we could do this. Like, you know, I'm really excited. I want to do a tea party with the girls. And so I'm trying to figure out how we're going to plan that to where we can have a tea party and the girls can enjoy that, and we can just really invest and have fun and be excited and just do fun stuff and spend one-on-one time with them. If it's just going to go get an ice cream cone at McDonald's, or going to the park or the splash pad, or going somewhere, whichever it is, like I want the kids to really have that time with us and do things like that with us. And so that has been my main focus. Like, you know, what am I going to do with my kids while they're here, while I have them? And so, and I call them my kids, like, you know, I have like 50 billion children. I've always been like that. People never understood, but I want that one-on-one time. So I'm going to start keeping like an idea little note. I have like this little notepad in my, like a sticky note kind of thing in my phone that I just want to write down my ideas. And then I also want to write down like a calendar date, like, okay, and then just be like, okay, I need the kids to stay or what are your free days, and then just snag the kids on their free days, so that I can really invest, because I miss them. And, you know, I always say adults, I love the adults in my life, but kids are 10 times cooler. And I know that they all become adults, but you know what, they have that special place in my heart that nobody can take, or no one can replace. And so, I want them to know you're important, and I want to invest in you, and I love you, and I'm always here for you, and no matter what, you're so cool. And so that's extremely important to me, that they know that, and that we spend that one-on-one time, and they always know that, Maggie's here, she loves me, and she cares for me. And I know that it is a balancing act that I'm not perfect at, and I want to get better at. And so that's my challenge, and that's probably why part of me is putting this out there to say, hey, look, I'm not perfect, and I'm working on it, and it's not the easiest thing. But before, I was always over there, and then it kind of started, like, life happened, and kids happened, and I don't regret any of it. I absolutely love it. But I need to figure out a balancing act where there's times where I'm with them, and there's times where I'm with my kids, and then there's times where we're all together, and just kind of like, hey, I got off early today, let me go get him to get some ice cream or something. So just learning to balance. It's not easy, but that's something that I'm working on, to be truthful. It's life for you. So that's basically all I have to say. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, link them down below. Get this conversation going in the comments. I feel like besides my little sister and me, there's like nobody who ever comments. I know y'all are watching these videos. Come on, comment down below. You're not alone. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.